Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praises to the Most High, which is named in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue, right? The language that Adam and Eve spoke. His name in that language is Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash, right? That is what the world ignorantly call God and Jesus, right? Double honors to our teachers, the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who teach us this word, for many years. They didn't waver against all the different deceptive spirits and different elements at Esau world. They hold firm to the truth and hold firm to the faith, right? And then likewise, yeah, so this man worthy of double honors. The name of this lesson going to be to see is to know, right? My name is Tazwa, coming out of the Trinidad GMS. So without further ado, we get into it. This is the book of Matthew chapter 13, start from verse 15. For this people, heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should be converted, and I should heal them. So the Most High is sending forth a statement that the way of these people is He have them so, right? Is all part of His plan, because why? The elect was already predestinated from the foundation of the earth. Them gonna be the ones who to shine as the sun, to uphold His will in the ups and the down, right? And it's gonna have people who just wouldn't have that essence within them to do that. These is them people and them who have ears but they cannot hear. What they're not hearing, they could hear song, literal song, but they cannot hear the word of the Lord. They cannot hear the voice of the shepherd calling, right? They have eyes to see. They could see everything, but they can't see the prophecies. They can't see that the mark of the beast is the microchip. They cannot see that the nuclear missiles is the weapons of the Lord indignation. They cannot see these things. Verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. These are different type of man now. This is the elect, right? Which we working to be part of, because the scriptures say what? Make your calling and election sure. And how you gonna do that? By faith alone? No. The scriptures say what in the book of James? Right, let me go to it there quick. James chapter 1. Right? James chapter 2. I'll read verse 17 and 18. Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead being alone. Yea, a man may say, Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show you my faith by my works. And that is how you're going on, your eyes going on properly be working, because you see the things of the Lord and you have faith in Him, and you're going to do what? Believe, right? Verse 17. Verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see these things which you see, and have not seen them, and to hear these things which you hear, and have not heard them. And living in these times, the scripture was talking about His direct disciples and them at that point in time. But in we time in here that we living in, we actually seen the mark of the beast coming into play. We actually seen that, hey, the world economy crashing, the world moving towards a digital currency. We seen these things coming to pass. We see nuclear missiles being built each and every day, every year. Government spending the most amount of money on military, all these European countries. So we seen what Mr. E doing, we seen what the so-called, pure ones of the earth. He deemed black as demonizing black, and he uplifting white. But we seen these things being teared down. We seen the lies being peeled back. So the scripture, that's why the name of this, the seeing is believing. So what we seeing is, we seeing it happen. We seeing the prophecies coming to pass. right? We seeing that these people, the heirs is wax gross, right? The heart is wax gross. They have no type of discernment. They can't sit down for 5-10 minutes and focus on something dealing with some type of righteousness. The incapable of doing these things. Sitting down and focusing on something righteous. The brain just short circuit. So it's a blessed thing to believe and to see and to know. Right? Next precept will now be Revelation chapter 20, because this is our next thing. If you don't know that when Revelation chapter 20 verse 14 and 15 see, and death and hell was cast into the lake of fire, right? This is the second death, and whomsoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. If you don't know that lake of fire going and be brought about through the nuclear missiles, because the scripture said death and hell was cast in the lake of fire. So according to Christian belief, hell is a place burning forever and ever. But the scripture says death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. So what sense it make going and cast fire into fire? You know? Hey, Kalalal Yahweh Basham Yahushai for bringing the truth on the face of the earth, so that the elect could receive this truth. Because this gross darkness that the majority of people walking in is a thing very pollute. I know the proper word, but it polluted the whole earth. It polluted the whole earth. You know? It's an infectious thing, and it just infecting race after race. Esau wine spread all over until what? The nations and them that have their own heritage want to cast away them heritage and go towards Esau. Folly. They have the heritage, you know. They have their thing that their ancestors and them brought from ages and ages. But what? The desire after this folly. That infectious wine, lies, you know, are playing the victim when he's the greatest crook. You know, these are the things he like to do, play the victim right through. Right, the next precept we're going to back up that death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. We're going to the book of Isaiah chapter 54. Right, so this is the book of Isaiah chapter 54. And here it says here. Right? Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coal in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument of his work, and have created the waster to destroy. Now, a smith is known as somebody who does create a weapon. Somebody talking about a blacksmith back then, somebody who does take the raw metal or the raw element and beat it and heat it and pong it and make it into a sword to thresh through, to cut. And not bread or cheese that is make that sword to cut. They made that sword for war. A blacksmith was a highly demanded person for the kings and them of the times are old, because what he would bring about is the weapons, right? So here the scripture says, I read it over again. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 16. I have created the smith that bloweth the coal in the fire, right? And the process to bring uranium from the dormant state to weaponize it. If you had time, you could research it. But the process to bring uranium from that into being weaponized into a nuclear warhead is a very tedious and rigorous process, and it does go through very really heated. It has to go through, and it has to have tons of water flowing through that nuclear reactor and or the power plant, wherever they're doing that process. So the smith would be the nuclear physicist or the nuclear scientist. Them would be that smith, right? that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, that instrument for the most high work. Because had that nuclear scientist understood what he was doing and what this weapon going and do, destroy the earth, the man who he working for, which is the banking family, if them did understand what it is they was doing, they would not do it. Because if you go and fight a war, right, you will make a weapon to destroy your enemies. You're not going to make a weapon to destroy your own self too. Judging from what go on in World War II in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, just judging off of that, you would see that these people and them, it has something that had to be mad, one, or either it had to have something controlling them, right? Because man's will is don't come of his own, man's going is not of his own will, right? And that I'll bring out that precept in the book of Job. Job chapter 33. And here it says here. Job chapter 33, verse 15. And it says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbering upon the bed. So when you go and sleep, hear what is going on with you. Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw from his purpose, and hide pride from man. So when you go and sleep in the night, and you get up in the next day, you telling yourself you're going and go about doing your own will. No. Them ideas and them thoughts, right, was sealed by angel of the Lord. An angel of the Lord come and seal that within your pineal gland where your spirit does dwell. So anyhow you take it, them nuclear scientists and them who created this such weapon of mass destruction, they did that under the influence of a spirit, and that spirit was the angels of the Lord, preparing them for this very set time. I'll jump back to the Revelation chapter 20 verse 14. And death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. That is what the script, that is what them nuclear physicists and them creating all them nuclear bombs for. To bring about that nuclear thermal heat. Back in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, when the nuclear physicists went in to do the research after, they say all the elements melted up. All the elements, glass, steel, even human beings was disintegrated. Human beings in World War II, when them atomic bombs dropped, human beings was burnt alive. Right? And that will bring me to this precept here. 2 Peter chapter 3, I read verse 11. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation, right? And all ungodliness, looking for unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And what on earth are the power to melt the elements with fervent heat? You're not going to see Satan come forth with no pitchfork. The nuclear missiles on them going to be detonating, and it's going to cause nuclear thermal heat. Radiation, and radiation is the hottest thing known. The hottest thing. Right? Radioactive heat, hey, that does melt, hey, flesh, skin, you know. I'll get a precept. Right? That radiation going to do this to all the unbelievers and them that reject the truth. Right? Anybody who reject the truth, this is going to happen to them. Right? Bear with me. Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12, and here what it says. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That is the plague the Most High send forth, and that them nuclear missiles and them going and fulfill that decree that came out of the mouth of the Heavenly Father. Right? So knowing these things, right? Just want to touch back on the mark of the beast, right? Well, we had to jump back to Revelation chapter 13, right? Verse 16 and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that understand count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right? So 666. 666. So if you look on every product that you buy that is a registered product, you will see a barcode on it. Right? You will see this on it. See that barcode you see in there? That is encoded 666. And that is a man, which is the so-called white man. That is Esau. Biblical name. His biblical name is Esau. And every product that come out of his system, the elite banking family, you have to bear that mark on it. So it's not no Sunday law, it's not no embargo. Right? Because that number is the number of a man. It's not the Pope. Yes, the Vatican is a part of the beast system. One of the unclean spirits that came out like a frog. Right? But them is not the whole beast. Right? With that, I hope this was edificational. This is Brother Tazwa here from Trinidad GMS Camp, saying Mawat La Babal, Data Babylon, Kom Yasharala. Shalom.